welcome back to The Sloan Show. Now, I've been worried about Zac Efron. I grew up on High School Musical, and to see that he's been hospitalized is concerning. But what's even more concerning is that it doesn't seem like his team can get their story straight. I mean, Zac Efron spent the night in a Spanish hospital after an unspecified incident in a swimming pool. He had just been on vacation with Brian Chesky, who is the CEO of Airbnb. I guess he's been partying a little bit too much, and he's said to be recovering well after the pool incident, but the incident doesn't make sense itself. Now, Zac had been partying in Ibiza, which is someplace I don't really care to go to. Seems a little bit too intense for my liking. It's known as the party capital of the world. If you guys have been to Ibiza before, comment below and tell me what you think of it. Now, on Friday evening, the website reports that Zac was found inside the swimming pool by two people working at the villa who pulled him out of the water. Now, I do have some questions. Like, when it comes to a lot of these resorts, and especially Zac Efron, they have private swimming pools. So, I mean, if he was in a public swimming pool, that would make sense. Security saw him, but I wonder how they were alerted. According to a representative for Zac, they explained that he experienced a minor swimming incident, but declined to provide additional details. Well, why? Now, I think he's got a very good PR team working with him. He could have used them back in November 2013, where he slipped and smacked his face on the corner of a granite fountain while running through his home in socks. This led to a bunch of conspiracies about his face. There was also that moment where he was caught downtown LA, like buying drugs. So this event is just kind of bizarre when you look at the bigger picture. I have a blind item I want to share with you guys. This isn't the blind item breakdown, but this item reads, apparently the former Disney actor is still using, which is why he almost died. Please, Zac Efron, you are way too young. We cannot lose you. It kind of reminds me of Matthew Perry, how he drowned in a hot tub after using ketamine. Now, Zac has responded to the headlines, covering this story, and he wrote on this picture, happy and healthy, thanks for the well wishes. Although this blind item begs to differ. It reads, the former Disney actor is using some old photos to make people think he's doing great. I mean, we are in the age of Britney Spears, where she has used so many photos from the past. I wouldn't put it past Zac to post this on his page to make it seem like he is doing all right if something slipped up. But then I found this blind item about Zac's publicist. That was a world-class excuse. That sounds believable, but in reality, it's almost impossible to actually occur. Go and try it for yourself. Because Zac Efron does have a past, people are going to question this minor incident in the pool that led to a hospital visit.
Zac Efron has been hospitalized in Ibiza after a minor swimming pool accident. But a lot of people do not seem to think is actually that minor. It was reported that two employees had to pull him out of the water, where he was then brought to a hospital. He used the word, two employees found him and pulled him out of the water. Makes it sound like maybe a scary situation was occurring, and maybe they're downplaying it by saying it's a minor accident, but Ibiza is known for being a party place, so maybe it has to do with a good party.
So of course his publicist is going to cook up a story, and a story they did chef up. It turns out the actor dove into a pool with friends in the wee hours that Friday. He hit the bottom with his chest and ingested a large amount of water into his lungs. Zac appeared to be dazed for a moment, then was taken out of the pool by on-site security and went to the hospital as precaution. Now, this seems really intense. I must admit, when I was in Hawaii recently, and almost every time I go into an ocean, I always ingest way too much water. If I had to live in the sea for whatever reason, I would not survive because the water just splashes my face and then I end up choking and I feel like I cannot breathe. But that usually happens like minutes after and you kind of recover, unless he really wasn't doing well. But it's interesting that he was like kind of dazed in a pool. You guys will see a little bit of my Hawaii trip at the end of this video, or towards the Sloan Unfiltered segment of this video. At the end of this video, we will have Ask Sloan. But let's move on to our next topic. It looks like Universal Pictures is greenlighting a Britney Spears biopic with director John M. Chu. Now, this is really good news for Britney, and I'm really interested in seeing a biopic. I can't imagine who would be starring in it. Universal has secured the rights to Britney Spears' memoir, The Woman in Me. John M. Chu, the director, and producer Mark Platt are really respected, so this is going to be well done. Not like a Lifetime moment of like her book. At least I hope not. Britney Spears confirmed the news in a post on X. Universal won the rights to the memoir, which was released last October and sold over 2.5 million copies. And I don't know if you guys remember the stories told in that memoir, but they're pretty damning. We're gonna see someone play Justin Timberlake, probably watch her go through that situation, losing her baby, see someone play her terrible father and her even, in my opinion, worse sister. Let's do what we've got to do and talk about who should play Britney. So Emma Watson is an option. This is kind of a young picture of Emma, so I don't know how I feel about this, but you know, a good choice. Millie Bobby Brown would be interesting. I know she would love to do this, but I feel like I just see her and I think of Stranger Things, though. I mean, Millie is beautiful and I'm sure she could really get into the role. Jodie Comer, I'm not familiar with her work, but she does definitely look like a more mature Britney. I wonder how this will take place. It's obviously going to go through her youth into her teen into her adulthood, so I wonder if they'll have like several actresses. Anna Faris is someone that is up for speculation. Again, I don't know, I kind of want to see someone newer play this role, someone I haven't necessarily heard of. Sabrina Carpenter, I mean, that would be interesting, though. I feel like I see Sabrina Carpenter as such a character herself. It's gonna be hard for me to disconnect the person from the singer, but that would be huge for her. I mean, I think she has an acting background, so maybe. Florence Pugh is also a name that is being thrown around. Oh my gosh, imagine. I feel like this is a hit that everyone wants to be a part of. Honestly, if it's anyone but her sister, I would be happy. Let's keep it Britney related. I mean, I wonder who's going to play Justin. Comment below. Imagine if it's like Timothée Chalamet or whatever. Justin Timberlake's ego reportedly shattered by arrest and low album sales. Oh. JT's reputation has taken a hit following his arrest, which caught widespread media attention. The officer who made the arrest did not recognize Justin Timberlake, which he was surprised by. A beautifully humble moment we saw go down. Jessica Biel, his wife, has been upset by the incident, but insiders did not disclose any further details. I mean, I'm sure Jessica's pissed off with Justin after Britney's book, after this situation. She's like, damn man, don't drag me down with you. Unfortunately, Justin, you're just like everyone else, so you're going to have to follow the law. The judge has suspended his license and told his lawyer if he doesn't shut up that there will be a gag order put in place, because the lawyer's trying to set this up that like Justin was set up, that this was like a scheme, when it's very much not a scheme. I mean, this kid, this officer, brand new officer, has no idea who you are or anything about your world tour. Comments on that post read, Justin Timberlake, when the cop said that he didn't know who he was. Another person commented, I was so ready to watch the body cam footage. This has me on the floor dying. Another person writes, I don't think JT can move like this anymore, which is true. Let's get into this messiness because social media reacts to Tokyo Toni, Blac Chyna, Angela White's mother, was babysitting Dream Kardashian, Rob's daughter. If you're wondering why Tokyo Toni is trending on social media, it's not because of her interesting twerking videos or her wild rants. This time it's over a video of her babysitting her granddaughter, Dream Kardashian. Tokyo was seen having a cute little moment with the 6-year-old. They were seen playing with an Alexa and asking it random questions, which I'm like, I don't want mine to wake up. In the video, she's seen like fighting with the device, going back and forth. And, you know, I'm surprised that Tokyo Toni's trusted to watch this child. I know that's kind of a asshole thing to say, but like, she's interesting. She's intense.
Okay. I had a lovely time conversing with you.
Alexa, stop talking.
Thanks for chatting. Quick question.
Alexa, get on. I'm telling you, you better move on.
I'm sorry.
Alexa, I'm gonna punch you in your jaw. Get out of here. Scram.
It doesn't work like that. Alexa, stop playing that.
Fuck off. Can you get off my phone?
I find it very relaxing to curl up in bed with a good book and a warm coffee.
And a nice hot scram.
Okay. I enjoyed our interesting conversation.
Good bitch, I didn't.
You can say stop to end our conversation.
Stop.
This person tweeted, okay, I'm sorry, but Alexa can quite literally take you here. Only people who have an Echo Dot know the real struggle. She's really trying it regularly. LOL. This person writes, bruh, why is this me? I'm going to therapy because I do not need to be this similar to Miss Tony. Another person writes, good to see despite their differences, Black China doesn't separate the grandma and the grandkids. Which is a great sign. I mean, that's a healthy relationship for the child. And, you know, she's had a really terrible relationship with her mother. So the fact that she can like step aside and allow this to happen shows that she's growing as a person. I also must agree that my Alexa, oh God, that thing annoys the hell out of me. I stay fighting with it. I'm screaming at it. It doesn't listen to me. My boyfriend thinks that like we have a personal beef because every time he talks to it, it understands. And you guys know I enunciate every single letter of every single word. It's not like I'm mumbling. So she's just against me. Bad Baby is living in a state of delusion, and I feel really bad for her and worried for her because this is how people get stuck in these relationships and end up sometimes dead. Bad Baby and the father of her child, Livon, reportedly reconciled after she accused him of physically harming her. Not accused. Proved it with a video. We covered it before on the channel. He's denied these allegations, saying, I ain't hit her. She did that for a reason. I ain't do that. Just going on and on, trying to make believe that this did not happen. Go and watch my video.
I ain't hit her. She did that for a reason. I ain't do that. If I did that, she wouldn't be with me.
This person commented, this man's energy is so dark, OMG, it gave me chills down my spine. This is narcissism to its highest form, gaslighting your victim publicly, calling her a liar while smiling and laughing the whole time. Danielle, you are in danger. This person writes, there's evidence, but okay. And then finally, a man that can't admit when he's wrong won't ever change. And I agree. Please, Bad Baby, get into a safe place and for the sake of your child. Last week, we saw the couple out and about in Beverly Hills where they were seen hugging and smooching. It was just weeks before where Bad Baby took to social media to share footage of a domestic abuse incident involving her man. She even showed images of a black eye. So this guy left her with injuries. The woman who is mothering his child. I cannot imagine. She revealed to her followers that he was going to get the help that he needs and added that she loves this man more than she loves herself. And it's honestly really sad. And it is really sad because this is another example of these terrible DV relationships, domestic violence involved relationships, where we see them play out and she's like crying for help but cannot find her way to escape, almost like brainwashed by this man. Bad Baby's mother addresses the situation online. She wrote on her Instagram story that her daughter has been manipulated in her relationship and strayed away from her family. She writes, DV, manipulation, in a house full of people watching what's going on and doing nothing. It looks like her mother, who was featured on the Dr. Phil segment featuring Bad Baby and the famous "cash me outside" phrase, it looks like they're not close anymore, and she's just surrounded by toxic people who probably want to drain her for her money. I mean, I don't know where Levon comes from or if he has his own, but Bad Baby makes a ton of money, and I could see his family wanting to get in on that. Madonna might be a legend, but that doesn't excuse her from concert etiquette. And she's actually fighting to get a lawsuit dismissed for starting her concerts late. She says her real fans know that she's never going to start on time. According to court documents obtained by TMZ, Madonna stated that her true fans are aware of her tendency to start her concerts late. Madonna's reaction follows a class action lawsuit filed earlier this year by a fan who alleged that she did not begin her performances for the December 2023 celebration tours in Brooklyn until 10:30 p.m., which was 2 hours behind schedule, which I get it. I hate whenever I'm waiting around for someone to come on and perform, but sometimes it's not always their fault. Though Madonna is taking ownership of this, so it kind of seems like it is her fault. Madonna has also been confronted with another legal challenge as a fan filed a lawsuit last week alleging the singer compelled attendees at her celebration tour to engage in sexual acts on stage and exposed audiences to adult content without prior notice. The lawsuit continued that Madonna demanded that the air conditioning be turned off and told the crowd to take their clothes off if they were too hot. Now, this seems like it's kind of a prude person who's at a Madonna concert, which doesn't make sense. I mean, do we not know who Madonna is? But as someone who runs hot, I could say on behalf of a good amount of people that please, let's keep the AC on.
Do not turn the air conditioning on. In fact, if I feel that air blowing on me, I'm gonna throw a tantrum. You guys gotta get ready for Armageddon. It's not, it's not gonna always be air conditioning.
At this point, Tiffany Hadish will say anything to get a headline. I mean, I guess she used to sell dirty panties online and claimed they were Halle Berry's. She would make $300 a pop, which At this point, like, do you just want to be blacklisted from Hollywood? Like, you're never being invited to any event where Halle Berry's invited. Like, I would say that for sure. I'm really not trying to be a hater, but something about Tiffany Hadish just really irks me. I cannot stand her. I can't. She decided to go on Nick Cannon's podcast, and at this point, her and her PR team, they are running dry. Honey bunches of oats, like, go and find a new story. She said, I would say my name is Rosalinda, and I was a housekeeper for Halle Berry, and I have some of her dirty panties if anyone wanted to buy some. Wow, on Craigslist. Embarrassing.
Back in the day when I was struggling for money, I used to sell my panties. I would say that my name was Rosalinda, and I was a housekeeper for Halle Berry, and I have some of her dirty panties.
Halle Berry, go ahead and file that restraining order. Do it quickly. But let's go ahead and move on to our next segment of The Sloan Show. Again, this is a new series that I am starting on my channel. I don't know if it'll last. We'll see if you guys like it. But there is a portion called Sloan Unfiltered where we're going to go through some of my life, kind of like a vlog experience. So I hope you enjoy. Comment below if you enjoyed this because it will determine if I continue kind of using this format. Okay, so we just got into our little Airbnb. It's giving humble, but that's what we want to give because I want to like do, be frugal on this trip. But I nonetheless am super impressed. I mean, look at this, like sturdy. It's not giving IKEA at all, but we just got out of the Uber and the Uber driver gave us a lot of tips. Look at my back. It's like giving birth out of this pocket. He gave us a lot of tips, and now I am going to get into my bathing suit and run out to either that beach or to that poke or to our scooters that we rented, and I'm really looking forward to it, so let's go. Okay, so first I want to try the coconut shrimp, which has a pineapple sauce that the lady told us was really good, so... There's so much to this taco. It's very light colored, right, because it's all fish. So I just finished showering. It is our first night in Maui, and I'm talking on the vlog. So just finished the first night in Maui. We went to the beach and we watched the moon. After we went to a couple of bars. We went to one called Vibe. We went to one called the Tiki House again, and then we went to, what did we go to? Went to the grocery store and we got a few goodies. Let me see if there's anything good. We got some chocolate. I love these chips. We have these back on the mainland anyways. What did we get? I chew. Just like some random things. So we're gonna be snacking, and yeah, I am wet, but tomorrow morning I'm hoping that we will go biking in the morning and go explore kind of around where we are. Hopefully this acne will clear up, and then we will go and hang out at the beach some more. So I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, guys. So today we are on day 2 of the Maui trip. I just posted my blind item breakdown, which I love posting those videos. I am so happy you guys love that series, but it is beautiful out right now. It is about 7 in the morning, and we are going to go take the scooters out and go down south to a beach called Little Beach, which I think is a nude beach. I'm gonna check that out. I also want to hit a fruit stand today and just kind of explore. I've never been to this island, and I love being on the scooters, so it just feels like really freeing. Last night was awesome. We went to the beach and hung out there before we went to bed. Passed out so hard. So hard, my neck is so stiff. But I'm actually really excited because I was talking to my boyfriend about this project I'm starting to work on, and something I'm really excited about. I'm hoping it'll come about like next year or year after, but it's a book that I'm writing, and it's... well, I'm not gonna tell you anything else, but it's a book that I'm writing, and I'm really excited about it because it's going to be kind of like my journey dealing with certain things in the industry, but also the interpersonal journey I've had and the growth I've had learning so much more about myself and my abilities. But enough about myself. Look. So we just went scootering and now I am at a place called Little Beach, which is supposedly the nude beach, but luckily there's no one here. The water is so much prettier today. It was a lot rougher yesterday. So yummy, it's like a milkshake. I needed this. So every time I've been to Oahu, I've always seen the Maui Brewing Company, but I've never actually been to the Maui Brew place. What's it called? Brewery. Brewery. So it was a little too windy outside for us to go into the water, so now we're gonna go and check out this brewery. It looks really nice. Hi guys. Hey guys, just checking in. So we have been exploring the island. It's been so much fun. There's a little bit of like overcast right now, but still super beautiful. I've been trying to figure out a like luau to go to, which I know sounds so corny, but it's like one of the only things to do around here. So I think we found one we're gonna go to. It's like not too far from our place, but I think it's at, I wish I could remember right now. I'll show you later. I'm gonna vlog there, but they had no available seating, so I called and I was like, please, please, please. And we've gone back and forth, and it looks like now we're going to get a reservation. So I'm so excited. I told him, I was like, oh, I want to vlog there too. So I'm going to include a little bit of that. It's supposed to be the best one on the island, so I'm really excited. It's definitely pretty expensive. It's like $700, and I don't know if I've ever spent that much on a dinner. I definitely have not, but you know what? I'm going to treat it as an experience. It's a 3-hour-long dinner, so let's see if it's worth $700. Honestly, I don't think there's anything that's worth $700, like, at all. Here's our table right in front of the luau. I mean, look at that. The mountain. And then here's everything behind us. Cheers. So we had our first entree. We've had our first appetizer round. And now we're waiting for our next round, but also we've got a show in between, so I'm excited to see that. It's so beautiful out right now, and the sun is just setting. Morning guys, so right now it is almost 6 a.m. which is when sunrise is, and I had so much fun at the luau yesterday. I know it's probably super corny because, you know, it's kind of like a cultural appropriation or something, but I really did enjoy it, and the storytelling was really cool. I love hearing about the island and things. It's just so amazing that this place like came from a volcano, like what? But I have to get some work done today. I don't know what I'm gonna post. I've got a few videos, so I've got some options. I had a video about Orlando I was gonna post, but it keeps getting flagged by the system. Orlando Brown, poor guy. I feel so bad for the child stars who like really end up not doing too well. But let me show you guys what I'm working with. My boyfriend's teasing me because I was lactose intolerant whenever I was in high school, and it was really bad. Like, I had to have an endoscopy where they put a camera into my stomach because I would get really sick, vomit, tummy issues, like all the things that come with like lactose intolerance. But I was able to grow out of it. Again, this is like my personal belief. I don't know if this is scientifically possible, but I started taking lactose pills, and I would have like pieces of cheddar. So if you're lactose intolerant, you can't have lactate, which is sugar within milk. So if you have like something that's like cheese, it has not that much sugar in it, like a milkshake would. But nonetheless, I've been drinking so many pina coladas and iced coffees, and I haven't been getting sick, so I must not have any issues. Hi. This is definitely my favorite thing though. And I got an extra shot of espresso in it, so I'm gonna be charged up on this ride. Are finishing up our trip here in Maui, and I must admit I'm ready to go back to LA, but it's been the perfect amount of time, and we are finishing out the trip in the best way possible with a massage. We're gonna get a massage outside, and it's gonna be couples massage, so I'm really looking forward to it. We're gonna get one of our last pina coladas before we head over there, and then after that we've got about an hour until we head to the airport. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I can't wait to get my dream massage outside in Maui. I'm already feeling the pina coladas, if you can't tell. So, time for Sloan to go back to work soon. Checking in with you guys right now. I am home, safe and home. Look how tan I am. And I am drinking from my new mug. It's way too big for like the amount of coffee I'm drinking. I feel like if I drink too much coffee, I feel like I have a heart attack. So right now I'm going to unpack everything. I put all my laundry inside of the washer, and I'm going to unpack all the things because I'm one of those people, when I get home, I have to like go and unpack everything. Everything has to be cleaned. I cannot focus unless I do so. But you know what? I was like thinking to myself last night, like about YouTube drama and about like Brooke Schofield. I feel like I never say her last name right, but I've met Brooke before, and she seems like rather nice and everything. I met her at like an event for the Twisters red carpet, actually, which I'm so excited that I have this vlogging camera now, because I'm going to be bringing you guys to these kind of events, like these red carpet things, stuff I'm attending. Why is it like pointed so high up? But I was just thinking to myself last night, like about her like racist tweets and her problematic things. Like, she said to me about her hair being nappy. She goes on to talk about like Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman, the tragedy that happened, and the way that she had like opinions on it just like was so baffling to me, because her excuse is like, I grew up in like the trailer park, like my grandparents weren't like educated, like people use slurs, they use N slur, things like that. I'm like, I could not relate. I've never even like uttered an N slur. It just like makes me question like how people are raised that way, because like I would say I'm not like, I'm from suburbia, but my high school was Cow Pie High, like that's what it was called. The logo on the banner was a cow, a high, and then a pie symbol, because it smelled like cow poop, because there's so many farms. And growing up in maybe not the most progressive environment, I still can't find myself ever like using that kind of language. To me, it's just like I've never even uttered the word, nor have written it, nor have sang it. It makes me question, like, when do they think that's okay? And then two, like are these the type of people who are going to be sitting in their car and they're like actually saying it? And actually, I'll tell you one thing, moving to California, like there are some white people who will like use language like that. And I've noticed it more in California than I ever noticed it in Florida or Virginia or DC, which I think that speaks to kind of the reality of everything. You could be in the most progressive place ever, and it's still like, there's still this wave, and like to act like you aren't aware of it, I just don't know how that's possible. But sounds like the cancel podcast is pretty canceled in my opinion, which I like those girls. But I just also find myself agreeing with everyone else, where I'm like, I can't personally imagine myself ever using that type of language or even having those kind of thoughts Also, it's like, for the Trayvon Martin thing, like, rest in peace, but, like, we were, like, young when it happened. Like, I didn't have any, like, political opinion then. Like, of course I thought it was tragic, but I was not out here tweeting my stance and stuff. It just seems a little bit aggressive, but let's go ahead and clean this place up. Then I want to, like, do my hair, and then I want to film, and then I do want to go to the gym, but right now it's about like 2 o'clock, so I'm going to clean, get my stuff together. Like I said, I can't, unless there's like some breaking news, I cannot film unless my place is completely clean. Ooh, okay. So I'm getting ready to film some videos. I've got a bunch right now to film. Thank you to our wonderful editor, Nikayla. And I cleaned up everything. I put away my clothes. Actually, let me pause the dryer because my dryer situation, guys, let me tell you, it is a struggle because, well, it's one of these kind of dryers. See? And it isn't secure enough on the floor. So I have to do the spin on low and it still makes a lot of noise. And like, I've gotten straps put in here, but I have to have someone come and like redo this because one time my friend actually was here and he accidentally had the settings on wrong and this top part fell out on him and he got all nervous. So he ended up like trying to pick it up by himself, putting it in there and getting 10 stitches all across his fingers. Can you imagine? So yeah, we have strict washer setting rules here in this house because if not, it could be dangerous. So that's my washer and I'm drying some clothes right now. And like, see, like I'm trying to work with it. Like I have like cushions up here and stuff, but like, it's not gonna fix the problem. So I have a contractor I'm gonna have come and help me fix everything. Well, at least that problem. Everything else is pretty okay. Actually, I was wondering if I should give you a little tour of maybe my living room. I don't want to do like a full house tour, but I'm like, you know what? I gotta give you guys something because I just showed you like a bitch. My God, I just showed you a bit of Hawaii. Okay, so here's the entrance. When you come in, there's a mirror and credenza. I have this picture from when I was in London, like a few months ago, and then I've just got some basic things here. I tried to keep it like super clean in here because I've always been someone who's like thrifted everything and it's always been very mismatched, which I love. But I was like, you know, with this place, I want it to be like kind of like uniform, you know? So here's the living room. I actually built in this fireplace, well, with the help of my contractor, but I designed it and we built this fireplace thing in. There was a fireplace here prior, but I put this frame TV in. So I don't know if it's gonna switch for us, but it switches a picture every like 3 minutes. And I like the frame TV because it's good on video and it's good when you have a lot of light coming in. So the light doesn't like reflect off the glass, you know what I mean? And then here's the fireplace. Give you a better look at it. It's kind of like uneven in some parts, but I feel like it gives it character. And I wanted it to kind of like balance out with what's going on in the kitchen. Should I show you the kitchen too? Okay, so I have cameras all over my place because you guys know I'm always paranoid. I have so many cameras. When my parents come visit, like, oh wow, everything's on camera. So you walk over here. I guess let me turn on these lights. And this is like where I have my nice glasses. So I like touch those whenever my other glasses are dirty. But I've got like a bunch of pictures here of like friends and stuff and so in here. Sorry for the sirens. Sirens are kind of annoying. I do live in the city, so it's bound to happen, right? So yeah, here are my glasses. Here's like this wood thing that I kind of wanted to match with that over there. So it's kind of similar tone. Oh my gosh, is something happening like right outside? Hold on. I'm nosy. You guys know I am nosy. Oh no. Oh, there's two. 3. 1, 2, 3 on the police. And yeah, here's the kitchen. I want this to be like super basic because I get really overwhelmed in the kitchen. Like I don't want to have like a lot of things out. So like especially like coffee makers and stuff. So like, I mean, I have my coffee maker over here. But you know, I don't like want to have like, I put my air fryer away and stuff. And then here's the kitchen. There's a damn washer in there, but I love my kitchen. I love to cook. Really big on cooking, so it's just like nice to have that space. And like, you know, my boyfriend doesn't want to cook ever, which is perfect because I love to cook, so I can like sit in here and cook and watch TV with him from here. So I feel really blessed when I'm here. Every time I come back home, I'm just like, oh, makes me want to cry because I just love being back home. I think everyone can relate with being home. And then also just in my space, I like love to have things in a certain way, like clean and together. And it just makes you feel like at peace. Like I literally feel in bliss right now. And so thankful to have AC too. We had AC in Hawaii, but you know, just AC feels so good today. Especially because I feel like I'm like getting back to like not being in the sun every day, so I feel like I've been in the heat, and honestly I'm looking like ragged, a little ragged, Sloan, right? Like sunspots. Okay, well, I'm gonna go film. I guess I'll give you a tour of my YouTube room one day. I feel like that sounds more appropriate. I don't know why I showed you my kitchen, but yeah, here's like, try to see if you want to see my little setup. A little setup right here, getting ready for it. We have like some packages over there. That's like this piece of art that I need to put away because it's just kind of bad vibes. But yeah, I can give you a better tour in here one day. I love when you guys send me letters. I always keep the letters. It's one of the highlights of what I do. It's just sometimes when I sit here alone and I'm sad, I just like read the letters and I feel so loved. It can make me literally cry thinking about it right now, so let's not. Oh my gosh, woo! I'm out of breath right now, and for more than one reason, because I just finished my workout, which I did some legs and some chest, but I also was listening to the Just Trish podcast and I heard my name.
Daniel Prada and Sloan are both like traveling, living their eat, pray, love life.
Serious?
Yeah, because I was gonna ask him while you're gone. I think Sloan's in Maui. I was like, well, geez, are they ever coming back? I don't think they're coming back for like a month. I was like, all right, we gotta rework it, but come on the podcast.
I was like, wait, my name? And she was talking about me being in Hawaii and talking about me coming onto the show. So I posted on my story and I said, I'm available for you whenever you're ready. Like, let me know when to come on. And Trisha Paytas messaged me back and said September 2nd at 10 a.m. So if it all goes through, looks like I'll be on Just Trish on September 3rd, that Tuesday, maybe that Thursday. I don't know, but I'm so ecstatic. I'm gonna call my sister because my sister and I, we grew up watching like Trisha, like when big things happen, you know, like the Jason Nash, like stuff, all that type of stuff, like the drama again, like all of that, when it would happen, we would reach out to each other and like talk about it. So it's just like full circle that I'm going on the show. I need to FaceTime her right now. One of my quirky things that I do, like not me being so quirky, but one of my things that I do is I always end up with just one sock on. Please, someone out there, tell me I'm not the only one who wears one sock. I just like it. It's just like I sleep the same way. I put one foot out of the bed. And yeah, so I'm rocking the one sock, but I wanted to go ahead and close up today. Right now it is Tuesday, and I guess I'll just start like the next segment, like next show's like segment the week after. I'm still kind of figuring out how I want to do this. Right now I'm making burgers, so if you guys hear that, that is what that noise is. I am like not a healthy eater. You guys will see this over time. I'm just like not the best when it comes down to that. I love a good burger, plain burger with tons of ketchup. Maybe I'll even put pickles on it so I can like count a vegetable, you know? But right now I'm going to go ahead and close out the Sloan Unfiltered segment. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment below. This is something very new for me, something I'm not used to doing, something I am adjusting to kind of doing. I want to do it, but I don't want to do it if you guys aren't enjoying it. So comment below what you think. I am now going to transition us to the next segment of our show, which is Ask Sloan. If you guys want me to answer some advice questions, some questions about myself, then send me an email at SloanWellKnown@gmail.com and put Ask Sloan in the subject. I might answer one of your questions, give you advice. We're going to see how this segment works. I don't have too many heavy questions because I just made a quick post and deleted it and gathered a few questions from you guys. So I'm hoping next week we can kind of make it a longer segment and really dive into it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Welcome to Ask Sloan, where I answer your questions about myself, about yourself, and give you advice just on what I know about life. Let's go ahead and start with our first question. Leishan writes, how did you cope and therapize after your attack? I went through something very similar and it's been a long process to feel safe. So much love for you, Sloan. Now, being attacked by someone is something we never anticipate going out. When I was attacked in May of 2022, I mean, I didn't see that coming, and that was such a horrific experience. We covered it before on my channel, and it definitely taught me to carry mace around, like the pepper spray, because I feared for whoever would come up to me in those moments. I have gone to therapy. I am currently in therapy. It's something I'm really open about and something I'm actually pretty proud about, because I feel like mental illness sometimes, you know, it's played out. It's a little bit overplayed out, but it's also something we need to talk about, because there are some people who are a little bit dismissive of it. Like, if you don't understand it, or if you haven't experienced it, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Like in my example, when I was attacked, I experienced PTSD after, and that's something I've been diagnosed with from several incidents in my life. So PTSD is something where I didn't really like, it's not like I didn't believe in it. I didn't know what it was. And then once I experienced it, like to actually have a visual come up of like for instance, that man in May, the video where I was attacked, like I could see his like figure. I could see the face. I could see the not the face necessarily, but the figure of like the cloak almost. I mean, you guys know if you watched that video, the guy was wearing a ski mask, so it's not like I could see his features, but I could just, it'd be like in the middle of the day, 3 p.m. in the middle of the day, and I would just like be outside and I would see it. And that's something that's so real, and it's why I never negate anyone's human experience out here. Thank you for your question. If you guys have questions for me and you want to be featured in next week's episode, then you guys can go to my Instagram at SloanHooks and ask me there. Make sure you follow me or email me and include in the subject line, Ask Sloan. This person asked me, would you ever do investigative journalism for a TV show? You definitely deserve one. Shinbi, that is too nice. I really appreciate it. That is one of my goals. I would love to go mainstream one day. And I don't know what exactly that looks like. I don't know if that's going to be me in front of the camera, me behind the camera, me like, you know, doing the investigative work and then having the story told. I'm not necessarily, you know, subscribed to one certain goal or idea. I think I'm in the place in my career where I can like kind of, you know, play around, and I love being here on YouTube. I do want to one day make it mainstream, whether it's streaming or TV. And I think that that's possible for me. I'm going to manifest that. Precious Martindale writes, how and why did you start your YouTube channel? Now, I created this channel in December 2019 and started posting right when COVID really kicked off, like in March 2020. And I've actually always created videos ever since I was in 7th grade. I remember like making a video of like a Hot and You're Cold by Katy Perry, a little music video and things like that. So I've always loved cameras. Even before that age, I had like a little like green turtle shell camera. I think if you see my podcast with my parents where I am interviewing them, we talk a little bit about that, but I was always interested in film and editing pictures and just things like that. So it was something I was always into, and throughout college I did, but you know, I was also a busy college kid. So then when I started working for the government, I started to focus on it a little bit more because I just genuinely enjoyed it. And, you know, entering into adulthood, it's hard to make friends. I mean, living in a big city and having a full-time job, it's, you know, it's part of life. So, you know, YouTube was my outlet. And then when COVID happened, it was my escape from reality. So that's why I started. And you said, how and why? And I always enjoyed it. So that's why I started it. I think the reasons why I continue it may be different. Ride or Die Claire asked me, what do you like about being a known YouTuber and what do you dislike about it? Now, to be honest, I don't really have anything to say when it comes to dislike. I think in my personal opinion, I'm so privileged to be here. Like, I'm so excited, honored. Like, do I have a trophy? Oh, I do have my 1 million subscriber thing right here. I feel like I am just so happy to be here. I'm so thrilled. So like, outstanding that little old Sloan me who was like this bullied kid who like did not believe in themselves, like could be here today and to be known too. I mean, I just love making videos. I didn't think I was going to become a popular person or have 1 million subscribers, whatever you want to describe as popular. So I'm just so grateful to be here. And I love when you guys come up to me in public or reach out to me and I just like have that interaction, especially because I do feel like I get a sense of loneliness sometimes. And to go out sometimes in certain cities, you know, I could go make friends alone, especially New York City or LA. And so you guys are so friendly. You'll come up to me and just say hi. And you know, I meet the nicest people. Some of my best friends today are people who just came out to me. I'm hoping in next week's episode that we'll get some different questions. I want to get some like advice, like questions, some like relationship questions. If you guys want to ask questions about myself, I'm happy to answer them. I just made a quick community post to gather these, and thank you guys for letting me use your questions. Again, if you want to reach out to me on Instagram, follow me at SloanHooks, or email me at SloanWellKnown@gmail.com. If you have a video idea for me, any idea you have, just go ahead and reach out to me. I want to talk. But I hope you guys enjoyed the Sloan show. I need to hear in the comments below, the thing is, like, I love a good series, the good segments. I love all of this and like creating it, but I also want to be mindful of what people want to see. So if you guys don't want to see this, if it doesn't perform well, if you guys are like, what the hell was that Sloan Unfiltered segment? Trust, I'm on your side too. I'm like, what the hell was that? Run, let's get out of here. The Sloan show, it's gone. Okay, so if you want this gone, I'm happy to get rid of it, but I'm trying new things, and I've wanted to do this vlogging experience for a while and kind of break up these things, and it's kind of also preparing me for another venture that I'm getting into. So more and more content, and who doesn't like content, right? But some people don't, and I totally respect that, and I respect you guys. So if you guys don't F with it, F with it. We don't need to F with it. We'll move on. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you didn't, let me know. Bye, guys.